The August humidity hung heavy over the city of Cleveland last year. Kristen Gipe was 38 weeks pregnant and feeling the familiar weight of late summer. She was already a mother to young Viviana, who was not yet 2. As a doctor of nursing practice, Kristen understood the rhythms of a healthy body. The morning air was still as she walked into her routine checkup. The ultrasound technician moved the probe across Kristen's abdomen with practiced ease. Suddenly, the gray images on the screen revealed something unexpected and cloudy. The amniotic fluid, usually clear, appeared thick and unusual to the medical eye. Within minutes, the doctor advised Kristen that her son must arrive within 24 hours. Kristen had hoped for a natural birth after her previous C-section with Viviana. She checked into the hospital as the Cleveland evening began to fade. Medical staff began the induction process while the city lights twinkled outside. An epidural was administered to manage the growing intensity of the labor. Overnight, her water broke, and for a moment, the fluid looked normal. But as dawn approached, the fetal heart monitor began to sound an alarm. Her son's heart rate plummeted from the normal range of 110 beats. The monitor showed a terrifying 30 beats per minute on the screen. Kristen watched the numbers, fearing an anoxic brain injury for her unborn child. The surgical team mobilized instantly, wheeling her toward the bright operating lights. In exactly 90 seconds, her son Anthony was delivered and took his first breath. The baby was perfectly healthy, but Kristen felt a cold darkness descending. She described it as a sense of impending doom that took control. She kissed Anthony's tiny nose, wondering if it was their only moment together. Uncontrolled bleeding began to drain the life from her body in the theater. She screamed for her colleague to start another IV as her strength failed. To save her, the doctors had to perform an immediate total hysterectomy. The surgery lasted 8 grueling hours while her family waited in the hall. Kristen lost 15 liters of blood, 3 times the total volume of a human. 53 units of blood were pumped into her veins to keep her heart beating. 83 individual donors had unknowingly contributed to her survival that day. 20 hours later, she finally opened her eyes in the intensive care unit. She later joked that she wasn't even genetically related to herself anymore. The blood of 83 strangers now flowed through her restored heart. Kristen has since donated 3,500 ounces of breast milk. The Ohio Milk Bank receives her donations to help other struggling newborns. On Tuesday, December 16th, the community will gather in Cuyahoga Falls. The Sheraton Suites on Front Street will host the 17th annual blood drive. From 7 in the morning until 7 at night, donors will arrive. Santa will be there at 10:30 with cookies for those who give. This event asks us if we can spare 1 hour for a stranger's life. Kristen Gipe will celebrate this Christmas because 83 people chose to help. The gift of life remains the most profound legacy one can leave behind.
If you want to hear vivid stories from the U.S. every day, please subscribe and like.